talk to us. Obviously 2-1 defeat this evening. What were your thoughts on the game?
I think we started off well first 10-15 minutes and had the ascendancy and take the lead, and then obviously their first goal, if you look at it back, you see Cadamarteri grab hold of Foxy around the arm, and we're not getting the breaks in the box at the moment, and he's just grabbed onto him, and then Foxy's runner runs off him, but he can't get to him because he's blatant grab by Cadamarteri, and the officials miss it, and very frustrating. And then obviously they come back into it and sort of, probably for 20 minutes are very strong in the game, and we're sort of hanging on, and then we come in at 1-1 and we make a change, put Eavesy up, and then the game calms down and we feel that okay, we're starting to get a foothold back in the game. And then obviously earlier on in that first half, when Tyler goes in and gets his first yellow card, when he goes in with his shoulder for a duel that they're both going 50-50 for, and the ref books him for a yellow card, I can't fathom it, how that is a yellow card. But obviously when the ball's just out of play here, that's inexcusable. When he's on a yellow card, all right, it's unjust, the first one, and that should be a yellow card. Yes, I agree with that, but that first one, it's a duel in the middle of the pitch. And then we have to defend for 26 minutes, something like that, with 10 men. We do brilliantly, and it's just, we reduce them to 3 or 4 shots from distance. Burgee catches tamely, and then they have one real effort and they score from it, because we're just too loose in the box at the back post, and it's unfortunate. So we reduce them to nearly nothing, but they go 26 minutes away from home at Lincoln, who have one of the best home records in the last year. Just really tough to take that discipline there. It's just really frustrating.
Just on Tyler Roberts, John, was that an example of his frustration because he didn't perhaps get the breaks tonight and he loses possession and punches the ball away? Do you understand that frustration, or is it just inexcusable what he did?
Exactly what I said. You can't do that. You're a professional footballer, and we're away from home and we need him on the pitch. And all night it's been building. He goes in, and it looked like a penalty probably in the first 15-20 minutes. He goes in, and blatantly we get told that the ball's gone, but it hasn't gone. It's just 2 yards past the keeper as he gets absolutely taken out. And a lot of it, like Foxy, the first corner, he's blatantly pulled, and the guy hooks his arm and stops him running and tracking his marker, and continuously things like that. And then obviously Tyler's yellow card, the first one for the duel, it's just a shoulder to shoulder. That's football, and the game at the moment is hugely frustrating. Hugely frustrating. And I think the standard tonight, I'll leave it on the officials, to be honest.
You can tell you're frustrated, John, because it felt in that second half that you were good for at least a point in this game, in terms of how, obviously we'll talk about Tom Eaves in a moment, but the injury had kind of sucked any momentum from either side out of the game. It looked like both sides had played a lot of football recently, and it was kind of drifting towards that draw as well before the red card. It just looked like you were going to add to that.
Yeah, with the group at the moment, we've only got 15, 16 fit, and you're trying to rotate it around a little bit, and it was flat. And I think both teams, you're right. I think that second half of football was probably quite turgid, really. It was tough to take, but both teams were just nullifying each other, and then big break in play, and there was no rhythm or tempo to the game. So yeah, it was frustrating.
What can you tell us about Tom Eaves at the minute? It didn't look good for him.
Yeah, I don't know at the moment. So just wait and see on that.
Was it just? I know you don't know, but was it just his nose? Was it his face?
I honestly don't know. I've been in there and just addressed the boys about you know, how proud I am of their work rate, and with 10 men for 26 minutes and putting their bodies on the line, and now I've come out to deal with this. Yeah.
You say you're down to 15 or 16 fit players. Are any likely to be available on top of that for the weekend game against Kettering? Sam Hoskins not involved tonight. We understand it was a precaution that he wasn't involved in. Might he be back?
No.
No?
Can you tell us any more about Sam Hoskins at the
No,
moment?
no.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I was just talking to Jack Baldwin about this before we just a final question on Saturday. Obviously, really disappointed tonight that you didn't get anything from the game. But in the context of the four games in 10, 11 days, to pick up 7 points, to have one defeat in there away at Lincoln, with also an away trip to Stockport and a couple of teams in and around you in the table as well, you must still be pretty pleased with your recent
I'm
work.
hugely proud of the group for their work rate and efforts, and you know, you take that penalty at Stockport, which everyone saw that, and then and the, you know, the pull in the box. You know, we're being hard done by with the officiating, definitely have been. And Mike Jones apologised to me the other day about the penalty away at Stockport. You know, and yeah, it's just needs some consistency, really.
I don't want to get into trouble with the authorities, John, but we've been saying these things, and you've been saying these things for quite a while now, for several seasons, and it doesn't seem to get any better, does it? You seem to be a source of frustration for you for a long time.
Well, blatantly, it happened the other night, and then today, you see the way Foxy's pulled in the box by Cadamarteri, he's not even looking at the ball again. So he's pulled him, and he's supposed to go with his runner, and he's grabbed him and hooked him around the arm. What can I do about it if they're not dealing with it? They're supposed to be watching certain areas in the box, and if they're not picking it up, what can you do? What can you do?
Just to final one, look ahead to Saturday, John. Obviously a big game, big occasion as well with Kettering in the FA Cup. Obviously you have to reassess who's available after tonight, but how much are you looking forward to that one?
Yeah, really, I just want to dissect tonight, and then tomorrow I'll go on to that one, but I really want to dissect tonight first and foremost.
Hard luck tonight, John.
Thanks, mate.